Congratulations, you are under contract. I am so excited for you. This is an exciting journey. Now, you're gonna have a flood of emotions go through. I promise you, the next day you're gonna be going, oh my goodness, what did I just do, right? So you're gonna be really nervous. So I'm here to assure you that it's gonna be fine. We've already made this whole plan, and this is all the plan. So we can go through that. Call me, I will talk you down. I'll help you with that. And we can look at the numbers again. So now that you're under contract, now we have a deadline of getting everything done by that period of time. Depending on where you are in the process, if you're pre-approved, but you're not what we call certified, fully approved, then we're going to continue working through those conditions, the income and asset conditions and verification of all that employment. We're going to be working through that at the same time that we're going to order an appraisal on the home. We're going to make sure that that home will appraise at the value or better. We're going to also order title work through your title insurance that's designated on the contract. We're also going to get you to check and get homeowners insurance for us. That is something that we got to leave in your hands to shop around and find the best homeowners insurance. We have some great people we can suggest, but I always suggest trying to put your car and your boat and your motorcycle and your house all together. You see Flo on the TV talking about bundle policy. We always say to try to put those together, you get a big discount by doing that, okay? So get the insurance, but get it over to us as soon as possible so we can add that for qualifying purposes. So now, what are we gonna be doing? We're gonna be ordering all that information. As soon as all that comes back, we're gonna get the appraisal back, the title work back, your insurance company will send us a declarations page, so we'll get that back showing you have proof of insurance. And you won't pay for the insurance yet. We'll pay for it at the closing. And then we're gonna get all that. You're gonna have all the other conditions. We'll be working with our processor to solve those conditions. Those will come in to our processor. She will submit the loan for a final approval, okay? The underwriter will look at it in about 48 hours and come back with, yes, you're fully approved. We call that a clear to close. Or, hey, here's a couple of other questions or a couple other things I need. It could be from you. It could be from our processor that she has to do or he has to do. We will let you know the status of that. That may take a week or two to get that done. And then once you're fully approved, we'll talk about that on the next step, and that's what we call being clear to close. So once you're under contract, we're going to be getting all that stuff done for you. Now, that's just what we're doing. You're going to be, on your side, you're going to be getting a home inspection, which we highly recommend. It's not required. You're also probably going to be getting a termite done. You'll be coordinating with your realtor on that, and realtors are very important to help you coordinate all this stuff. And we'll be updating you every Wednesday as to the status of what's going on, so there's never a surprise. One more very important item. Now that you have a contract, we need to lock in your interest rate. This will be the rate that you're going to have for the remaining time that you have this loan. So what we're going to do is we need to have a conversation, look at where rates are at that day, look at how long out you're going to need to lock for in order to make that contract date. And then we're going to talk about where rates are and should you float with the market, move up or down with the market, or should you go ahead and lock in and protect yourself from rates going up, okay? Now, once you're locked, we can't lower the rate or raise the rate on you, okay? That is going to be your interest rate that you get, okay? So if you want to wait and chance it and see if rates get better, then you can definitely do that, but there's no guarantee. The way that rates work is they are based on what we think the market is going to do, right, in the next 90 days. So if we think that there's going to be inflation, then you'll see rates starting to go up. If we think that things are looking good, or there's maybe a little recession, then rates will come down. So it really depends on what's happening in the market, what economic reports we have coming out that signal us as to where the market is going, okay? So we're gonna lock that for you. Now, the other thing that's important to know, when you lock this in, we talked about you can't change that. So here's a great example. So if you bought $100 of Microsoft right now. And then the next day it goes down to $90. You can't call your stockbroker and say, hey, I need my $10 back. It's now at $90, right? So we, in the same way, commit that money to the entity that we're locking it in with, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, or HUD, or an independent bank, whomever we lock with. And we're committed it to them, and we're going to deliver that loan right after we close that's fully approved. And we put your name and everything to it. So once we lock, we're locked, okay? Now, that's a very important thing to know. And the other thing I want to assure you with, if the rate is higher, it depends on where we are in the market, but if the rate is higher than you really wanted to get, then we always have the opportunity to look at refinancing you down the road. So this may not be your 30-year rate, this may be your 2 or 3 year rate until we can get lower interest rates and get you into a better deal, okay? So that's very important. When you get your contract, we need to talk and go ahead and get you locked in so the market doesn't change on you, and you'll know where your payment will be for the remaining of that term that you're in that home and in that loan.